You know what strikes me most about people who feel alone in this world? They're actually standing at the doorway of their greatest power and they don't even know it. Right now, in this very moment, if you're feeling like nobody's in your corner, like you're walking this path completely by yourself, I want you to understand something that will change everything for you. This isn't your weakness. This is your invitation to meet the most powerful ally you'll ever have in your entire life, and that ally is you. See, we've been conditioned to believe that we need other people to validate our dreams, to support our vision, to tell us we're good enough, smart enough, capable enough. And yes, support is beautiful when it comes, but what happens when it doesn't? What happens when the people you thought would stand beside you turn away? What happens when your family doesn't understand, when your friends think you're crazy, when the world seems to be saying no at every turn? Most people fold. They take it as a sign that they should give up, that maybe they were wrong all along, that perhaps they should just settle for whatever scraps life hands them. But you and I both know that's not why you're here. You're here because something inside you refuses to accept that story. There's a voice within you, maybe it's quiet right now, maybe it's been beaten down by disappointment and rejection, but it's still there. It's still whispering that you're meant for something more. And that voice, my friend, that voice is the only voice that matters. Let me tell you something about this universe we live in. It's not random. It's not chaotic. There's an intelligence that flows through everything, through every blade of grass, through every star in the sky, and through you. Yes, through you. This same intelligence that creates galaxies and orchestrates the seasons and causes a tiny seed to become a mighty oak tree, this same force lives inside you. And here's the beautiful part, you don't need anyone's permission to access it. You don't need anyone's approval to tap into it. It's already there, waiting for you to acknowledge it, to work with it, to let it guide you. When you feel alone, when you feel like nobody's supporting you, what's really happening is that you're being stripped of all the external crutches you've been leaning on. Those crutches were never your real support anyway. They were temporary, they were conditional, they were outside of you. Now you're being called to find the support that never leaves, the support that never fails, the support that is always there because it is you. It is the infinite power that animates you. You see, most people spend their entire lives looking outside themselves for answers. They look to their parents, to their partners, to their bosses, to society, asking, am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? Do you approve of me? And they hand over their power piece by piece until one day they wake up and wonder why they feel so empty, so powerless, so lost. They've given away the very thing that makes them who they are. But standing alone, truly alone, forces you to turn inward. And when you turn inward, when you really go in there and meet yourself, you find something extraordinary. You find that you're not just this small, limited person struggling to make it in a harsh world. You're connected to everything. You're part of the same intelligence that creates worlds. You have access to infinite creativity, infinite wisdom, infinite strength, not because you're special, not because you're chosen, but because that's what you are. That's what every human being is. We've just forgotten it. We've been taught to forget it. So how do you get ahead when no one is there for you? You start by changing the entire premise of the question. You stop believing that you need someone there for you in order to succeed. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for support. You stop waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself. You recognize that the waiting is what's been holding you back all along. Right now, today, you have everything you need to take the next step on your path. Not the step 5 years from now, not the final destination, but the very next step that's right in front of you. And you know what that step is. You might be pretending you don't know, because knowing means you'd have to take action, and taking action is scary when you feel alone. But you know, there's something you could do today, right now, that would move you forward. Maybe it's making that phone call you've been avoiding. Maybe it's starting that project you've been putting off. Maybe it's changing a habit that's been holding you back. Maybe it's just sitting in silence and listening to what your inner wisdom is trying to tell you. The reason you're not taking that step isn't because you lack support. It's because you lack the understanding that you are the support. You are the one who decides. You are the one who chooses. You are the one who creates. Nobody else can do this for you. Nobody else can live your life for you. Nobody else can walk your path for you. And that's not a burden, that's freedom. That's the most liberating thing I could ever tell you. When you truly get this, when you truly understand that your success, your happiness, your entire experience of life comes from within you, not from outside circumstances, not from other people, But from your own consciousness, from your own choices, from your own alignment with the creative force of the universe, everything changes, everything shifts. The whole game changes. You stop being a victim of your circumstances. You stop blaming others for your problems. You stop waiting for the world to give you what you want. Instead, you become a creator. You become someone who takes responsibility for their own life. You become someone who says, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Not in an egotistical way, not in a way that shuts out others, but in a way that acknowledges the truth of how this universe works. Let me share something with you about people who've accomplished great things. Every single one of them, and I mean every single one, faced periods where they stood completely alone, where nobody believed in them, where everyone thought they were crazy, where the world told them to give up. Thomas Edison was told he was too stupid to learn anything. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. The Beatles were rejected by multiple record labels. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times. What separated these people from everyone else wasn't talent, wasn't luck, wasn't support. It was their refusal to let external circumstances determine their internal state. It was their understanding that what they believed about themselves mattered more than what anyone else believed about them. It was their connection to something larger than their temporary situation, their connection to their purpose, to their vision, to the creative intelligence within them. And here's what you need to understand. You have that same power, you have that same potential, you have that same connection. The only difference between you and someone who's already achieved what you want to achieve is that they decided to trust themselves when nobody else did. They decided to move forward even when the path wasn't clear. They decided to believe in their vision even when it seemed impossible. You might be thinking, but what if I fail? What if I try and it doesn't work out? Let me ask you something. What if you don't try? What if you let fear and doubt and the lack of external support keep you from ever attempting to live your dream? Which failure is worse? The failure of trying and learning and growing and becoming stronger, or the failure of never trying at all and spending your life wondering what could have been? Fear is going to be there either way. Fear is part of being human. But you can feel fear and do it anyway. You can feel alone and move forward anyway. You can feel uncertain and take action anyway. Because here's the secret, and this is something I want you to really hear. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing what you need to do regardless. It's feeling alone and realizing you're connected to everything. It's feeling uncertain and trusting the process anyway. And let's talk about this idea of getting ahead, because I think we need to redefine what that means. So many people think getting ahead means beating other people, being better than others, climbing over others to reach the top. But that's not getting ahead. That's just feeding your ego. Real success, real advancement, real getting ahead means becoming more of who you truly are. It means growing into your potential. It means living in alignment with your values. It means making a contribution that matters. It means finding peace within yourself regardless of external circumstances. When you understand success this way, you realize that other people's support or lack thereof is completely irrelevant to your ability to succeed, because your success isn't dependent on them. It's dependent on you. It's dependent on your willingness to show up every day and do the work. It's dependent on your commitment to your vision. It's dependent on your faith in the process, in yourself, and the intelligence of the universe. Now, I'm not saying you should isolate yourself or that you don't need people. Humans are social creatures. We're meant to connect, to love, to support each other. But there's a huge difference between needing others and enjoying others. There's a huge difference between depending on external validation and appreciating encouragement when it comes. When you're grounded in yourself, when you're connected to your inner power, you can receive support from others as a gift, not as a necessity. And interestingly enough, when you're in that place, when you're not needy or desperate for validation, that's often when support starts showing up. But here's the key. It shows up after you've already made the commitment to yourself, after you've already started walking your path, after you've already demonstrated to the universe that you're serious, that you're committed, that you're going to do this with or without external support. The universe responds to commitment. It responds to action. It responds to faith. When you demonstrate those qualities, doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. So what does this look like practically? How do you actually get ahead when no one is there for you? You start with your mind. Everything begins with your thoughts. Right now, what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're alone and unsupported and therefore doomed to fail? Or are you telling yourself that you're independent and self-sufficient and therefore unstoppable? The story you tell yourself becomes your reality. Every morning when you wake up, before you do anything else, spend time in silence. Connect with that power within you. Some people call it prayer, some call it meditation, some call it contemplation. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you take time to get still, to get quiet, to listen to that inner voice, to align yourself with your purpose, to remind yourself of who you truly are and what you're here to do. Throughout your day, watch your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking limiting thoughts, thoughts about not being good enough, not having enough, not being supported enough, stop. Recognize that these thoughts are not serving you. They're not true. They're just habits, patterns you've picked up along the way. Replace them with thoughts that empower you. I have everything I need right now. I am guided by infinite intelligence. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. I am creating my reality with every thought and action. Take action every single day toward your goals. Not massive action necessarily, just consistent action. One step at a time, one decision at a time, one choice at a time. Because it's the accumulation of these small daily actions that creates massive results over time. And when you're taking action, you're telling the universe, you're telling yourself that you're serious, you're committed, you're not just dreaming, you're doing. Stop complaining, stop blaming, stop making excuses. These activities are just ways of avoiding responsibility. They're ways of staying stuck. They're ways of giving your power away. Instead, when something goes wrong, when you face an obstacle, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What's the opportunity here? There's always an opportunity. There's always a lesson. There's always a way forward if you're willing to see it. Surround yourself with inspiration, even if you can't surround yourself with supportive people right now. Read books that uplift you. Listen to talks that inspire you. Watch content that motivates you. Fill your mind with ideas and stories and examples that remind you of what's possible. Because what you put into your mind matters. It shapes your beliefs, your expectations, your actions, your results. Take care of your body. You can't perform at your highest level if you're neglecting your physical health. Eat well, move your body, get enough sleep. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life and create your dreams. Honor it, respect it, care for it. And here's something that might surprise you. Help others. Even when you feel like you need help yourself, find ways to contribute to others. This doesn't mean neglecting your own needs. It means recognizing that giving and receiving are part of the same flow. When you help others, you remind yourself that you have value, that you have something to offer, that you're not just a taker but a giver. And that shift in identity is powerful. It moves you from scarcity to abundance, from victim to creator. Let go of resentment toward those who aren't supporting you. Holding on to anger or hurt or disappointment toward people who let you down doesn't hurt them. It hurts you. It keeps you tied to the past. It drains your energy. It blocks your progress. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself to move forward unencumbered by emotional baggage. Understand that people can only give what they have. If someone can't support you, it's not because you're not worthy of support, it's because they don't have the capacity to give it. Maybe they're dealing with their own struggles. Maybe they're limited by their own beliefs. Maybe they're scared of your success because it challenges their own choices. None of that is about you. Let them be where they are, wish them well, and keep moving forward on your path. Trust the timing of your life. You might feel like you should be further along than you are. You might feel like time is running out. You might feel like everyone else is ahead of you, but there's no race, there's no competition, there's only your journey. And everything that's happened, including the times you felt alone and unsupported, has been preparing you for what's coming. The challenges you've faced have made you stronger. The rejection you've experienced has made you more resilient. The loneliness you've felt has made you more self-reliant. You're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. Here's something else I want you to consider. Sometimes the lack of support you're experiencing is actually the universe's way of protecting you. Because if it was easy, if everyone supported you, if every door opened right away, you wouldn't develop the strength you need for what's ahead. You wouldn't develop the faith. You wouldn't develop the self-reliance. You wouldn't develop the character. And all of those qualities are more valuable than any external success you could achieve. Think about a tree. When a tree is grown in a greenhouse, protected from wind, it grows quickly, but its root system stays shallow. But when a tree grows in nature, buffeted by wind and storms, it develops a deep, strong root system that allows it to stand tall for decades or even centuries. The challenges don't weaken the tree, they strengthen it. The same is true for you. This time of feeling unsupported isn't weakening you, it's strengthening you in ways you can't even see yet. And you know what? One day you're going to look back on this time and you're going to be grateful for it. You're going to see how it shaped you, how it made you who you needed to become, how it prepared you for opportunities you couldn't have handled before. You're going to see that the apparent lack of support was actually life's way of teaching you to support yourself, to believe in yourself, to trust yourself. And that lesson is priceless. But you don't have to wait until then to appreciate this time. You can choose to appreciate it right now. You can choose to see the value in it right now. You can choose to be grateful for the opportunity to prove to yourself what you're capable of, to discover reserves of strength and courage you didn't know you had, to build a relationship with yourself that no one can ever take away from you, because ultimately, that's what this is all about. It's about coming home to yourself. It's about recognizing that everything you've been looking for outside of you has been inside of you all along. The love, the approval, the validation, the support, the strength, the wisdom, the power, it's all there. It's always been there. You just forgot to look. And when you reconnect with that, when you really feel it, when you know it in your bones, your whole life transforms. Not because your external circumstances necessarily change right away, although they often do, but because you change, your perception changes, your energy changes, your actions change, and therefore your results change. You stop being a person who needs the world to change in order to be happy. You become a person who's happy regardless of what the world is doing. You stop being a person who needs others to believe in you in order to believe in yourself. You become a person who believes in yourself so strongly that others' beliefs are irrelevant. You stop being a person who's at the mercy of circumstances. You become a person who creates circumstances. And here's the really beautiful part. When you become that person, when you're standing solid in your own power, connected to your own source, clear about your own path, something magical happens. People start showing up. Support starts appearing. Opportunities start presenting themselves. Not because you need them, but because you're ready for them. Not because you're desperate, but because you're aligned. Not because you're asking, but because you're radiating the energy that attracts. The universe always matches your frequency. When you're operating from fear and lack and neediness, you attract more situations that create fear and lack and neediness. But when you're operating from faith and abundance and self-sufficiency, you attract situations that reflect that energy. It's not magic, it's not wishful thinking. It's just how energy works. Like attracts like. So if you want to get ahead, if you want to succeed, if you want to create the life you dream of, stop looking for it outside of you. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission or support or validation. Start with you. Start with your mind. Start with your beliefs. Start with your daily choices. Start with your connection to the infinite intelligence that's within you and all around you. Every single day, wake up and ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my vision? Not what can someone else do for me, but what can I do? And then do it. Take that action, make that choice, have that conversation, write that page, make that call, do that workout, meditate, learn, grow, show up for yourself the way you wish someone else would show up for you. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you. Nobody is coming to save you, not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, not some external force. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the support you've been seeking. You are the answer to your own prayers. And once you really get that, once you really own that, once you really step into that power, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Does that mean it's easy? No. Does that mean there won't be challenges? No. Does that mean you won't have moments of doubt and fear and loneliness? No. But it means you'll be able to face those moments with a strength you never knew you had. It means you'll be able to keep going when others would quit. It means you'll be able to create something meaningful and beautiful and true, regardless of whether anyone else understands or supports or approves. And that, my friend, is real freedom. That's real power. That's real success. Not the external trappings, not the applause, not the recognition, although those things might come, but the internal knowing that you can handle whatever life brings, that you can create what you want, that you're not at the mercy of circumstances or other people's opinions, that you're standing on solid ground because that ground is you. So right now, in this moment, I invite you to make a decision. Not a decision to try harder or to hope things get better or to wait for support to show up. A decision to be your own support. A decision to trust yourself. A decision to connect with the power within you. A decision to take responsibility for your life and your choices and your results. A decision to stop being a victim and start being a creator. This decision doesn't require anyone else's agreement. It doesn't require perfect circumstances. It doesn't require confidence or certainty or clarity about exactly how everything is going to work out. It just requires a willingness to begin, a willingness to take one step, a willingness to say, yes, I'm going to do this, with or without support, with or without approval, with or without knowing how it all turns out. I'm going to do this because it matters to me, because I matter. Because my dreams matter, because my life matters. And when you make that decision, really make it, not just think about it, but commit to it with every fiber of your being. Everything starts to shift. The way you see yourself shifts. The way you show up shifts. The energy you put out shifts. And the results you get shift. Not overnight, not magically, but gradually, consistently, inevitably. Think about water wearing away stone. It doesn't happen in a day, it doesn't happen in a week. But drop by drop, day after day, year after year, the water shapes the stone. Your daily choices, your daily thoughts, your daily actions, they're like those drops of water. They might not seem like much in the moment, but accumulated over time, they create massive change. They shape your destiny. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. But also be firm with yourself. Don't let yourself off the hook with excuses or complaints or victim stories. You're bigger than that. You're more powerful than that. You're more capable than that. And somewhere inside you, you know it. That's why you're still here. That's why you haven't given up. That's why something in you keeps pushing forward even when everything seems to be pushing back. Honor that part of yourself. Listen to that part of yourself. Trust that part of yourself. Because that part of yourself is connected to truth. It's connected to your purpose. It's connected to the creative intelligence of the universe, and it knows the way forward even when your conscious mind doesn't. Your job isn't to figure out every step of the path. Your job isn't to know exactly how everything is going to work out. Your job isn't to have all the answers or all the resources or all the support. Your job is simply to take the next step, to do what's in front of you, to stay connected to your purpose, to keep your vibration high, to think thoughts that empower you, to take actions that align with your vision, to trust that when you do your part, the universe will do its part. And I promise you, it will. Not in the way you expect necessarily, not in the timeline you want necessarily, but in the way that's perfect for you, for your growth, for your journey. Because the universe isn't trying to make things hard for you, it's trying to make you strong. It's trying to help you become who you need to be to live the life you want to live. Every challenge is an invitation to grow. Every obstacle is an opportunity to develop a new skill. Every moment of feeling alone is a chance to strengthen your connection with yourself. None of it is punishment. None of it is evidence that you're on the wrong path. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the transformation from who you've been to who you're becoming. And who you're becoming is magnificent. Who you're becoming is powerful. Who you're becoming is free. Free from the need for external validation. Free from the fear of standing alone. Free from limiting beliefs about what you can or can't do. Free to create, to express, to become, to experience life on your own terms. That freedom is your birthright. It's not something you have to earn. It's not something you have to be good enough for. It's already yours. You just have to claim it. You have to step into it. You have to own it. And you do that by changing your mind about who you are and what you're capable of. You're not just a physical body stumbling through a random universe hoping someone will help you along the way. You're an eternal spiritual being having a temporary human experience. You're connected to infinite intelligence. You're made of the same stuff as stars. You have access to unlimited creativity and unlimited potential. The only limits you have are the ones you accept in your mind, so stop accepting them. Stop agreeing with the voice that says you can't do it without help. Stop believing the story that you need someone else to believe in you before you can believe in yourself. Stop waiting for permission or approval or the perfect circumstances. Start believing in the power that's within you. Start trusting the intelligence that guides you. Start taking action on the dreams that call to you. Do it scared, do it alone, do it uncertain, but do it because the doing is what transforms you. The doing is what creates momentum. The doing is what demonstrates to yourself and to the universe that you're serious, that you're committed, that nothing is going to stop you. And when you live that way, when you show up with that level of commitment and faith and action, you become unstoppable. Not because everything goes perfectly, not because you never face challenges, but because nothing can shake you from your path. Nothing can make you doubt yourself. Nothing can convince you to give up. You found the support you were looking for, and it was inside you all along. This is how you get ahead when no one is there for you. You realize that you are always there for you. You are your own constant companion. You are your own greatest ally. You are your own most powerful resource. And when you truly understand that, when you truly live from that place, you don't just get ahead. You soar. You create. You inspire. You become the person you were always meant to be. So stand tall. Stand alone if you must, but stand. Know who you are. Know what you're capable of. Know that you're connected to something far greater than yourself, yet that something expresses itself through you. You are the universe in human form. You are infinite potential wrapped in skin. You are everything you need, everything you've been looking for, everything you'll ever need. Now go out there and prove it to yourself. Not to anyone else, to yourself. Take that next step. Make that next choice. Live that next moment from a place of power, not victimhood. From a place of faith, not fear. From a place of knowing, not doubting. And watch what happens. Watch how your life transforms. Watch how opportunities appear. Watch how support shows up. Watch how you become the person you always knew you could be. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your life. And nobody can live it for you. Nobody can create your dreams for you. Nobody can walk your path for you. Only you can do that. So do it. Do it with everything you have. Do it knowing that you're supported by the greatest power in the universe, the power that lives within you, that has always been you. You've got this. Not because I say so. Not because anyone says so. But because it's true, because it's who you are, because it's what you're capable of. Now go show the world, go show yourself what happens when someone stops waiting for support and starts being their own support. Go show everyone what's possible when someone trusts themselves completely. Go create a life so beautiful, so meaningful, so authentic that it inspires others to do the same. This is how you get ahead when no one is there for you. You become everything you need. And in the process, you become more than you ever thought possible. The journey starts now. The power is within you. The choice is yours. Make it count.